Morning, guys. Welcome to Level Grinding. I'm Rachel Bastarache Bogan. I'm an entrepreneur, and I have not been sleeping well this week. I'm telling you guys, it's killing me. I'm out walking the dog, trying to get into the swing of things. I woke up late, so most of my morning routine I have not done yet. I'm going to try and get that done when I get home, even though it's going to put my work day a little bit later, simply because if I don't do that, I'm going to feel like I am running and scrambling because I'm not prepared for the day at all. In my You Need a Morning Routine video, I talk about the importance of having a morning routine and about how it can help you wake up. So on a day like today where I am tired, honestly going through my morning routine is probably the best thing that I can do because it's what's going to wake me up. Yes, I'm starting it late, but it's going to be the thing that's going to get me rolling for the day. And it will get me rolling for the day much faster than if I just start muddling through tasks. When you prepare your brain, when you prepare your space, and you prepare your mind through a morning routine, it helps you get going. It's kind of like the idea of taking the time to prepare for a paper or prepare for a project by listing everything out. It feels like it takes time because you could otherwise be just jumping right in and just getting stuff done. But when you take the time to prepare, you actually execute better and you also execute faster, resulting in a much better product. So I'm going to execute my morning routine and get this day started and get it started a whole lot better than if I just jumped into work tasks. All right, today's to-do list is to review my article for Screenlight, get my Twitter prepared for Renegade, and I need to finish out some of the tasks from yesterday, so that includes tracking down some more people in my email list. I need to reach out to more people on Twitter, and I need to draft a blog for Renegade. And while I do that, I'm going to enjoy the soundtrack to Kung Fu Panda that my husband bought me for Christmas. Yay! It is after breakfast, it is after completing my morning routine, and I'm digging into work. I've got some blog posts to both write and review. I want to get my one for Screenlight off today. It's sat long enough, so I should be able to edit that really well. I have a bunch of people that have gotten back to me in terms of my leads on Twitter, so it's nice to see those starting to return at least relationships and starting dialogue. So I'm going to hit up a couple more people today. I've got some updates on potential projects and payment, which I'm really excited about. So we'll see what's going on there, and let's dive right in. This is something that I really like to see. A whole lot of black marks in my work list and on my daily list. This makes me feel good about a week. I was just sitting here and thinking about the fact that I really enjoyed reaching out to all the Twitter people that I did today. Started some really great conversations, had a really good time just reaching out to people. It was one of those things that, you know, when you take the time to look at somebody's social profile, if they have a website, go see what they do, learn a little bit about them, and then initiate that conversation based on the things that you have in common, it becomes a lot easier. This reverts back to the talk that I keep talking about from Creative Mornings Denver from November from Deborah Fine. She was talking about how to initiate good conversations and leave memorable conversations when you talk with people. And so it was extremely helpful. And I was thinking about it. And then I noticed this pattern that started happening as I was reaching out to leads and followers in my Twitter account. I started contacting a lot of people who are already editors. And I'm an editing company. That makes sense. Of course, I have editors who are following me, right? Well, if I want to get producers, who are the guys who normally need my services, then I don't necessarily want to be gathering a crew of editors. That's fantastic, it's wonderful, it's a great thing to do, but they're not my target market. An editor who is already editing and working on projects and building an editing business is not going to be a place where I'm going to be able to find leads from. Because they're not going to want to pay me. They're too busy trying to get work for themselves. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. When I get busy enough, I have every intention of farming work out to other editors and saying, hey, I can't get to this. Here's something that you can work on. Would you work on this? Do you want to work on this? And, passing that opportunity on to other people. But in the meantime, if I want to find producers, I need to write different content. So this is influencing the blog post that I'm supposed to write today, which I'm really happy about. It's confirming the direction of some of the things that I have thought about doing and just being like, hey, I could talk about this. And I'm going, heck yeah, I need to talk about that and need to talk less about this thingy over here. So kind of annoyingly, this is going to affect some of the work that I did last 12-week year. I had a goal of writing a bunch of tweets, and I wrote a whole bunch of tweets, but now I'm realizing that the bulk of them may not actually suit the purposes that I need them to. So it's okay. Learning experience, testing, looking at who are you getting, looking at the results, looking at what's going on and making adjustments. This is the key to successful lead cultivation. It's the key to sales. And especially when you're trying to target a market that a lot of people are targeting. You know, in doing this, I discovered there's a lot of editors out there who want to build an editing business like me. And that's fantastic. That's a great thing. I'm so glad that there are all of us doing this. It says that there is a need for it. I'm not just out there shooting in the dark and offering a product that nobody needs. So that's a good thing. But it also means that if I want to get those producers, I got to write stuff that's actually going to get them to be close, to get them to follow, to get them to feel like Renegade has more value than just saying, hey, I'm another editor, ta-da. Yeah, influencing stuff, really big stuff. This is how you do business. And there we go. Blog post draft for Renegade. I mentioned this yesterday about being able to, I think it was yesterday, maybe it wasn't yesterday. I mentioned this in another video recently about how if you know why you're crafting something, if you have an outline or if you have a clear idea of what you're doing, it's a lot easier to draft content. This is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately because it takes a lot of time to draft content. Like just making raw content takes energy, it takes effort, and especially if you're creating something that is new, like you're not just iterating off of an idea that you already had before. The raw content takes a long time. And so something I like knowing is trying to get inside the head of who I'm talking to. In my case, it's talking to video producers that are overwhelmed, that have too much work to do or that don't have enough work to do and want to get more, but then when they get more, they have too much to do. And so understanding who I'm talking to is a really critical piece. If you're going to sell something, you need to know why somebody needs it, whether you are selling it to them in person or if you're selling it to them online or you're trying to get them into your lead pipeline. It doesn't matter. You need to know why they need your product. And when you know that, it makes it a lot easier to write content for them because you know that you're talking to them and you know what to tell them. You know how to craft it so it's going to resonate. And there it is, one completed work week. This has been week 1 of the 2018 hustle, and I feel really good about it. I have made a lot of momentum. My 12-week year is already set to go for this week and for the next 12 weeks, so that's fantastic. I've been able to move a bunch of my clients forward, not only getting work done, but just confirming where I'm at with those projects. Not only have I emailed these leads, I've emailed, what is it now? I think 15 people this week, so that feels really good. I have my blog off to Screenlight. I have my Twitter prep done. This looks a little bit different than I wanted it to. I was supposed to schedule tweets, but now I know that I need to go rewrite content, and that is extremely valuable. I've cleared away the runway to be able to start helping out with creative warnings for videography for 2018. I got some work done for clients, and I got my Renegade blog post drafted. So this has been a really, really great week filled with a lot of good momentum and a lot of things that are going to move both me and my business forward. And with that, I'm calling it the end of my workday. A friend of mine once asked me a long time ago, how do you know when your workday is done? Well, for me, it is done when I get everything done that I wanted to allocate to that day. And especially at the end of a work week, did I get everything done that I wanted to get done that work week? This is where having good goals comes in mind and breaking them down into the things that you need to do. That way, if you know that you did all those things for that week and you know that you got them all done, then you can stop. If you don't have those things written down, you're going to constantly feel the pressure of adding more things to your to-do list just because you got done something else. And that makes it really hard to rest. And it also makes it really hard to feel like you actually got anything accomplished because you're constantly looking at the thing that you need to do next. And so when I have all of my stuff done, I call it done. I need to go rest, I need to go play, and quite frankly, go get ready for the fact that tonight is Friday and it's time to go grocery shopping. And I'm really glad it's grocery shopping because there's a bunch bunch of stuff that we don't have in our refrigerator right now. Things like eggs, things like olive oil, things like, yeah. This list is going to be a lot of fun to create today because I'm going to refill my refrigerator. Yay! I am sometimes really thankful when my dog has to go outside. Otherwise, I would miss stuff like this. What else is on the shopping list?
Bell peppers, 2 green chilies, green beans.
Oh boy, it is really late. It's like 11:45. Robo and I got back from grocery shopping, decided that we both needed to eat because we didn't eat beforehand, and sat down and watched a movie, and just did some necessary chilling out at the end of a long week. I'm feeling really good about how this Friday went, and I learned some really important things about the people who are following me and the people who are currently in my lead pipeline, i.e. that I don't have the people that I really want to have in my lead pipeline. I've got some, but not nearly as many as I thought I did. So this is giving me some really good insight to be able to tweak for next week and to adjust my marketing strategy. The reality is that you're never going to get it the first time out. You're never going to get it right the first time. But if you don't test, if you don't iterate, if you don't look into the data that you have and start actually digging around into it, you're never going to learn that. And that's something that I've not been doing. I've not actually done this kind of detailed level, let's actually talk and see who I have following me, and that's kind of been to my own detriment. So I'm really glad that I'm doing this now, and this is proving to be a really valuable lesson to do this and giving me the insight as to know what to do next. And so if you haven't done this kind of work yet, getting down into your leads, getting down into the people that are following you, and finding out who is responding to what you're talking about, then I highly recommend that you should. So this is the end of today's video. I will see you all tomorrow. It is going to be a Saturday. Robo and I are probably going to get out of the house, either go park skating or go up to Boulder. One of the two. I haven't quite made up our minds yet. But I'm really looking forward to the weekend, especially since I have finished out this first work week of 2018 really strong. So if you liked the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have questions or comments, leave them below. I'd love to hear how your week went as well. So if you have a good work story from this week or some really big win that you're really excited about getting done in the first week of 2018, go ahead and leave it below. And if you've not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and let me encourage you on your journey towards your life goals and towards building your business. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Ciao.